Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The HIV and AIDS Survivors Benefit Organization hosting the 4th annual AIDS Candlelight Memorial Church Service at the Sunrise Seventh-day Adventist Church in Hawkesville. The service is held every third Sunday in May and is led by some 1,200 community organizations in 115 countries around the world. Megan Shepard attended the local service and filed this report.
Residents on Grand's Bahama coming together to take a stand against the stigma of HIV/AIDS, support those living with HIV/AIDS, and to remember those that have died from the dreaded disease. Wife of the Prime Minister, Patricia Minnis, commending the HAS-B organization for providing an avenue of support and spreading awareness. She says that we are all God's children, no matter the circumstance, burden, or challenge.
There is still much work to be done to prevent and treat HIV and AIDS. We must do even more to address the stigma and discrimination towards those of our brothers and sisters living with HIV and AIDS. This year, emphasis is placed on intensifying the fight for health and rights, so that our brothers and sisters may be able to live, work, and just be, some of them.
Mistress Minnis also noted data provided by the National HIV/AIDS Program.
5,287 people are estimated to be living with HIV in the Bahamas at the end of 2017. This number corresponds to 1.3% of the general population. 151 new cases of HIV was diagnosed in 2017. Grand Bahama represents 15% of new diagnoses in 2017. The rate of mother-to-child transmission of HIV disease from 26% at the peak in 1996 to 2% in 2017.
Delivering the sermon, President of the North Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, noting the story of the Good Samaritan, Pastor Clark challenged all Bahamians to show love to their neighbors.
You can't be a big person with a small heart. In other words, a neighbor is one who have your best interests at heart. And understand, beloved, that there are no starless crowns in heaven. So you've got to help somebody. That's why the song says, if I can only help somebody, then my living will not be in vain.
A moment of silence was observed for those that lost the battle against HIV/AIDS. All in attendance had their candles lit in support of spreading awareness and support those currently living with HIV/AIDS. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Now, founder of the HIV and AIDS Survivors Benefit Organization, Kevin Thompson Delancey, says that he is extremely pleased with the growth of the Candlelight Memorial over the years.
When we first started, a lot of persons didn't want to be a part of it because there was still stigma. It has grown to where, when I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister and his wife, and she so graciously said that she would come. Tonight I am just full with joy that Lady Patricia Minnis took this time out and come and spend these 2 hours with us. It means a whole lot to the organization. Not only to the organization, but persons who are living with this condition.
Moving forward, he says he wants to continue educating residents, particularly young people, about this disease.
We're not too much on having a building. A building means nothing. But to continue going into the school, educating, letting them know that it's okay to help persons living with HIV and AIDS. It's okay to eat with them. And through education, we believe in many years to come, we won't have to worry about stigma and discrimination anymore. Also, encouraging persons to take their medication on time. Because if you take your medication on time, you can survive. September will make me a 34-year survivor living with this condition. And so get educated, fight stigma and discrimination, and practice to take your medication on time.
Now on to another dreaded disease. The month of May is observed as Lupus Awareness Month, and tonight we will highlight a strong and unshakable woman who remains hopeful as she continues the fight against this dreaded disease. She was just 15 years old when she was diagnosed with discoid lupus, which primarily attacks the skin.
First of all, you have to be mentally strong. You have to have a lot of faith in God, because lupus is like an up and down roller coaster. When you think you're all right, then next thing you know, bam, something else hits you. And because lupus can affect any organ and tissues of the body, you know, you're so susceptible to a lot of different things.
37-year-old Taniska McKenzie says this dreaded illness and a particular medication has left a telling and very visible tail on her body. From rashes to the surgical removal of several of her fingertips, her teeth, the change of her face, her eyesight, and now she's wheelchair bound as she is in need of a double hip replacement surgery. But through it all, she is grateful for the support of the Lupus Awareness Group.
We have a group of girls.
Through it all, need of a grateful for the through it all. But the lupus. Grateful for